This message is a lot to do with your purpose and meaning on planet Earth, and why a lot of you listening to this and a lot of intuitive, sensitive, more more in tune people struggle with purpose and meaning, especially first. And it's a lot to do with the choices we make and the work we do. Very often, we still, when we come into this life, and I just want to reference and preface this channeling a little bit because this is a long-term message, definitely long-term. So sometimes I have messages and channelings that, come, a month ago, a week ago, or something, and I have to understand it myself. I have to understand it from a very human perspective, and it's like lightning hits you, and all of this information comes, and you're kind of like there sitting, and like, oh, this is interesting, and you need to understand it as a human as well, and you need to put it into perspective, and you need to start living it, and you need to basically, I need to understand it so I can channel it for anybody who's interested in this. And see, this is some of those, or that type of a message. Now, sometimes I get messages that are like, now in the moment, like this is very right now. Though, go listen to some of my other channelings on the account, and you get the drift. But this one is a longer term message, and this will be with you for a long time, and it's effective for a longer period of time. And we come into this life, and we have these families. We're born into these families, and they influence us in different ways. And the core message usually with our generations and the previous generations has been, you need to find a job to provide yourself, for your family, etc., which isn't a bad message in it of itself. But the huge problem for intuitive, sensitive people and empathetic people is that's not enough. Um, and usually for most other people, it's not enough as well, but they don't suffer so much because of it, because they use other suppressive methods to not feel the meaninglessness. So, but you have chosen to feel that meaninglessness, and most likely this is why you're listening to this message in the first place. Now, what I'm about to kind of channel and say to you might seem quite obvious, um, but it's simple, but it's very important. And until you start doing that and living that, you will definitely, or at least in some ways, shapes or forms in your life. And if until you start bringing that into your life, you will definitely feel empty and meaningless when it comes to your job, the work you do. Because if you really look around in a lot of the things that are from a mainstream perspective currently that are available, they will definitely leave you feeling meaningless or empty. Now, three things mostly that you need to understand. The where your purpose comes is when you help either your fellow man, children. This is number one. You help animals, or you help the planet in some shape or form. Your life, your work becomes a service to these things. And until you do that in some shape or form, it doesn't have to be a huge jump immediately. Until that time, you will feel that emptiness, that meaninglessness, that insufferable, this has no meaning at all type of feeling and thoughts. And you need to start basically in some capacity start aligning yourself towards helping humans or children or both, helping animals, helping the planet, helping nature is same. And through helping, all these things, you will, obviously help all of these things, the planet, the humans, the animals, help others live a more livable life here. But the core of this message is you will also feel more meaning and purpose and fullness. You will feel like your life has some sort of meaning. Because if you're working for somebody else, yes, of course, we need to do that. We need to pay bills, we need to, etc., etc. But if that's the only thing, you will go home, you will be alone, you will feel literally so empty and depressed. Depressed comes usually when you do that for a long period of time. And it won't get better if you get a promotion, more money, which help in other ways. But to make you feel full, they won't help at all. You need to align yourself in the three things I just mentioned. So helping people and children, helping animals, helping the planet. That's it. Very simple, very important. I hope this message finds you well, and I will talk to you again soon.